Thank you, everyone. I really think we're making history here tonight, and I told Gary, I think it's amazing that it's happening in a place that contains so much history. Part of what we're doing in preserving local food traditions is valuing our community assets, right? And developing those, cultivating the relationships that we make among each other as we feed each other. That's the excitement of the work that we do, and that I get to do at Blooming Foods. I'm a marketing and outreach manager there, and there's never a dull moment. Lots of good stuff going on. Just before I talk about the Local Growers Guild, just a little bit more about Blooming Foods. We have 4 major what we call ENDS policies that we are sort of the guidance that is given to the organization as a whole, and it's George's job to work with the board to identify this mission, really. And you can see that the 4th one here is an increased understanding of local food system and its importance. So this guides us every day. We never lose sight of that. Collaboration is key to cooperatives. And one of the things that makes our work really exciting is the fact that we're part of a network all across the country of other food co-ops. So we're constantly sharing ideas and resources and expertise with each other. I belong to a listserv, so if I have a question about my newsletter, which I edit, I can put that question out, and within a few minutes I'm going to hear back from other people across the country. And that's really fun. Collaboration is so important that we put it on our grocery bags. We're also, 2012 is the International Year of Cooperatives, and that's co-ops of all kinds. Credit unions, education co-ops, health co-ops, funeral services, you name it. There's lots of co-ops, artists co-ops, all across the world. And I think this is a really great moment for people to learn more about all those other kinds of businesses, enterprises that are out there. So if you're interested, just go to a website called IYC, International Year of Cooperatives, and you'll see a lot of cool stuff. The thing I learned yesterday is that most of the champagne in the world is made by cooperatives. Who knew?
That's a good thing.
Okay, the Local Growers Guild started in 2004, and it's a really wonderful organization that is now becoming more and more of a model, not only in Indiana, but across the country. Why? Because it's an organization that helps bring people together to educate, support, connect growers, consumers, businesses, and communities. So in other words, everybody in this room, could join, could be involved, could somehow enrich their connection to local food. Our mission is to provide quality food to communities through direct markets and retailers, both farmers markets, CSAs, stores, and restaurants, to preserve the viability of family farms, even those that are just, gardens in the urban setting. We've got lots of growers who are very small scale. We've got others who have really big operations. We want to make food issues visible so that people can talk about what they're eating and learn how to cook and pay attention to their food. And we want to promote practices that preserve and protect the earth. It's a big mission, but it's good to have a big mission because then everybody can be involved. We have a website now, but a new one is launching in a couple weeks. And it's going to be more interactive and full of information of the kind that you found in that Local Growers Guide that's out on the tables. Be sure to take one of those. I think I've got enough for everybody. On the news site, you can read the whole history of the Guild. It started really with a group of friends sitting around talking about the need to really develop those connections with the retailers and make it easier for farmers to make some money. And now, here we are. It's started in 2004, 2011. We have 61 grower members, about 15 retailer members, and lots of community members, and we're poised to grow, okay? Everybody can be involved. One of the things we do each year is have a harvest dinner as a fundraiser, and we just completed that event a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic, partly because all the food is donated, and the labor of the chefs involved is all donated as well. They have a chance to talk about what they choose to make, and people sit down and are served wonderful food and drink, and it's just an amazing event because it brings together that passion for local foods. One of the features of the new website is that every single member of the LGG will have their own page if they want one. And that's the growers, the retailers, and the consumer members. I talked to Meg Thornton, who's here tonight from Fields of Agape, and she said she's interested in agape. She's interested in having a community member page for herself, telling a little bit about her story growing up here in Terre Haute and being involved in the history of food in this community. We want to draw people in who are interested in this topic. And of course, a lot of the farm members already do have websites, but not all of them do. So when they join the Guild, $40 a year, they will have some kind of web presence, even if they don't yet have that. And of course, a link to any existing media that they do. Blooming Foods has a huge photo archive. And right now we have, 5,000 some pictures, 3,000 some pictures on our photo stream. And more are being uploaded all the time. We're going to have some from this event. What we like to do is send people pictures of all the things that are going on and to develop sets for all of the local providers. There are 160 or so in our stores. So the more we can tell the story of these local providers, whether they're making ice cream or raising goats or whatever they're doing, the more we're helping to build that community and helping those people who are often working on a really tight budget with their marketing efforts. This is an example. Andrew asked me to think of some, and of course with 61 grower members, my head was exploding. But I decided to choose Life Farms because I saw on the Terra Foods website they have this advertisement for Nature's Crossroads Seeds. They're helping with the effort to open your co-op, which is really, really cool. Very entrepreneurial group of people who grow vegetables, sell them at the markets, have a CSA, provide a lot of food to Blooming Foods, and now they have a seed company as well. And they consult. They help other growers learn the ropes. I bought this book last Friday when I was here in Terre Haute for the Indiana Rural Summit. And I just loved the cover, of course, in the city and on the farm. That was, in fact, the theme of the Rural Summit when we talked a lot about how, exactly these food issues that you mentioned and how we're all going to have to work hard to feed each other, okay? And I love the pictures of these in this book, partly because they evoke that old-fashioned neighborhood grocery store, which my boss is really a strong advocate of and which I really feel connected with as well. My dad started working in a little grocery store in Camden, North Dakota when he was 11 years old. And I've heard a lot of stories about that. He made deliveries. This old-fashioned tractor with the word co-op on it was taken out the picture of this tractor was taken out at fields of agape, a farm that grows flaxseed, organic popcorn, beans, grains. They've just become certified organic, Meg told me. So this is a huge Indiana success story. And it's part of this big vision for our region. Co-ops are cool because they are enterprises. They are businesses. They are efforts on the part of people that typically require community building. Okay? They don't just pop up out of nowhere. They come into being because people make connections with each other. And it's very challenging at times, but that's the value of what we do. Very important to build good communication systems. Okay, that's key. That's one of the things you learn when you work with cooperatives or any kind of business. But we really have a lot of chances to practice that when we do something like try to open a grocery store together as a community. So just in summary, I think what we're trying to do is to bring local into the 21st century and redefine it in a global context. When we do have technology that can help us, we can make websites for farmers, we can connect people face to face, and we can also learn more about local growers in other parts of the country and learn from them. I think one of the last thing I put up here is let's appreciate the intergenerational aspects of our project. I think one of the great things about co-ops is that I work in a business with people who are from, I don't know, who's the youngest person working for us, George? Maybe.
We've got some kids that are 16.
We do, we have some.
We don't hire any that are 11 though.
We've got some 16-year-olds, we've got some people who are pushing 80. We have a wonderful, very rich, diverse community of people working in our store and shopping in our store and growing food for us. And it's just really, really exciting to be in a context where you have to connect across generations and across different points of view. And last but not least, thank you. It's great to be here in Terre Haute. My husband works at Rose Holman, and so I do make it over here sometimes. He's right here. And so I've always felt like it was kind of a second home, but build a co-op, and who knows, I'll be here a lot more.